Welcome to the latest update in royal and global politics, where tradition, diplomacy, and modern influence meet in a moment that's sparking conversation worldwide. King Charles's upcoming visit to Canada isn't just another royal tour. It's a carefully timed diplomatic move that carries weight far beyond ceremonial duties. This visit, the first official one by the monarch since ascending the throne, sends a strong message, not only to Canadians, but also to global leaders, including former U.S. President Donald Trump. At the surface, it looks like a routine Commonwealth visit, a continuation of royal tradition. But behind the scenes, this trip represents much more, a signal of the King's values, political awareness, and quiet yet clear stance on world affairs. Reports suggest the King's itinerary will include climate-related initiatives, discussions on Indigenous reconciliation, and support for democratic institutions. These topics are very much at odds with some of the rhetoric and policy positions associated with Donald Trump, especially when it comes to climate change denial and dismissiveness toward Indigenous rights and global cooperation. While King Charles has always held a more progressive, environmentally conscious image, his decision to highlight these themes during a North American visit speaks volumes. With the U.S. presidential race heating up again and Trump back in the spotlight, many see the King's visit as a gentle but unmistakable contrast to Trump-era politics. Canada, being a close neighbor and ally to the United States, often plays a quiet mediator role in global politics. By choosing Canada for this kind of symbolic appearance, Charles is using his platform to promote unity, respect for science, and social progress, principles that resonate with Canadian leadership and large parts of the international community. The visit may also be viewed as the monarchy's effort to remain relevant in a changing world. As questions about the future of the Commonwealth continue to emerge, Charles seems determined to define his reign through action, values, and engagement. This isn't about grand balls or waving from balconies. This is about building a global legacy rooted in substance. And then there's the Trump factor. While there's no direct mention of the former president, the timing and tone of this visit create an implicit comparison. With Trump known for criticizing allies, undermining climate initiatives, and stoking division, the King's visit feels like a counterbalance. Soft diplomacy showing that leadership can look and sound very different. Royal watchers and political analysts alike are paying close attention. Some believe this is Charles's way of continuing Queen Elizabeth's tradition of subtle messaging. Others think this is a new kind of monarch altogether, one not afraid to take a stand on issues that matter, even when they intersect with controversial political figures. One notable moment to look out for during the tour is the King's scheduled address, where he's expected to emphasize the importance of unity and shared responsibility across borders. That kind of messaging is pointed, especially as the U.S. political climate grows more polarized. In the end, whether or not it was intended to ruffle any feathers, the King's Canada trip makes a clear statement. It says that monarchy in the 21st century isn't just about heritage. It's about values. And in a world where those values are constantly being tested, Charles is showing that even a symbolic figure can use his voice to make a difference. As this tour unfolds, it's likely to be one of the most watched and dissected royal visits in recent history, not just for what King Charles says, but for what he represents on the world stage.